What's going on, guys? Unknown Player here, and today what I've got for you is gameplay of the SVO, one of the brand new weapons added to Advanced Warfare. Among this, there were also two others added, the Blunderbuss and the STG-44, and I've got gameplay of those two also on my channel right now. You can check the links in the description and also annotations on screen to be taken to those videos. I've got gameplay of all three brand new weapons right here on my channel, and also supply drop openings of me getting some of these legendary guns. Those will also be on my channel in the next coming days, so look out for those. Make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out. But today we're taking a look at the SVO. This is a really cool sniper rifle. It's obviously based off the Dragunov, and it's like a throwback to that weapon, which in the older Call of Duty games. And the weapon I'm using right here is actually a legendary variant of that. Believe it or not, I actually have two legendary variants of the SVO, the Return to Sender, that's what it's called. You can see its stats on screen right now. This is what it looks like, and you can see its stats are as follows. It's got +1 for accuracy. That's definitely a benefit. This weapon kicks really high. It's got a lot of recoil for the first shot, but after that, the next kind of follow-up shots don't have, like, sometimes they have barely any recoil at all. So plus accuracy is definitely one you want for this weapon, and plus accuracy definitely is a stat. But it's probably one of the most kind of beneficial out of all the others. The next stat that's going to benefited is the handling. Of course, that's going to be your hipfire spreads. That's going to affect how tight your hipfire spread is, how good you can kind of no-scope with this weapon, which isn't really too important. I don't really think anyone's really going to be trying to no-scope with this weapon. It's definitely not something you should go for, so it's definitely not really a stat that's beneficial. And the last stat that's actually affected is the mobility, and that is actually -1. So that means your aim down sight is going to be a little bit slower. It's really not that noticeable, but the actual aim down sight will be a tiny bit slower. That's what the mobility stat does, in case you don't know. But it's a very kind of average variant. I really don't think it's that deserving of the legendary tag. Of course, it's legendary, so it's cool, but the stats are really not too impressive. I think some of the other variants are actually a little bit better, to be honest, but I don't know if it deserves the legendary tag. It's definitely not one of the best weapons, but in terms of actual sniper rifle, how it functions, you can see right here, it's actually pretty decent. Like, I thought it would be like a 2-hit kill like the Dragunov used to be in the SVU in older Call of Duty games. It's not been a very weak sniper, but this is definitely the most powerful it's ever been in a COD game, and it's a one-hit to pretty much anywhere in the body. Like, I noticed it does quite easily get consistent one-hit kills, except if you hit in like the edges of the limbs, like the hands and the feet, or maybe like the shins and the elbows around that area. If you hit like the very edges of someone's limbs, you're probably not going to get one-hit kill. You're probably going to hit marker, and it happens to me quite rarely. It didn't really happen that often, but most of the time I was getting one-hit kills, which is pretty cool. And once you get past that first like kick of recoil, which is pretty insane, it kicks really high. It does do quite a lot of damage. The scope is really hard to use. It's probably one of the worst scopes on a sniper rifle. It's so jarring to use, especially with the recoil. It's very zoomed in. It's very small. The reticle isn't very great. I think the scope is definitely the worst part of this weapon, but if you manage to put a different scope on it, such as the variable zoom, it's going to be so much better. I haven't got any gameplay of the variable because these are just my first games using it, but the variable scope is a lot better. And also the iron sights, that's also an attachment you can put on. You can take off the scope and just use the iron sights, and that's a lot better. So I definitely recommend the second you can, just take off the scope, because it's really bad. It's not going to do you any favors, but without the scope, I'd say it's definitely a lot better. We can also take a look at some of the variants that I've got. This is the base variant. This is of course what you get just stock with it. In order to unlock the base variant, or this weapon in general, you need to get a variant, just any variant at all of the SVO. It can be elite, it can be enlisted, professional, or even legendary. Just any variant of the SVO through supply drops, and you'll be able to unlock this weapon. Unfortunately, that's the case, and that's how you have to unlock it. You can't get it for free like you used to be able to, but that's how you get it, and this is what the base variant looks like. You've also got the Fury with like this orange and black tape over it, which is pretty cool. It's got minus in fire rate and plus in mobility. We've got the Battle Worn, which has got plus in accuracy, -2 in fire rate, which is really bad, and +1 in handling. That's an elite variant. And then we've got the Royalty, which is pretty cool. It's got +1 in accuracy, -2 in fire rate, and +2 in handling. So that's the exact same as the Battle Worn. All of the Royalty versions of all the weapons are clones of one of the elite variants, and the SVO Royalty is the same as the SVO Battle Worn. So that has been some of the variants and a little bit of gameplay of the legendary SVO Return to Sender. Really cool weapon, and hopefully you guys have enjoyed the gameplay. Like I've said, I've got footage of all the other weapons and also supply drop openings on my channel, so definitely take a look around and make sure you subscribe so you don't miss out on my future uploads. But leave a like rating on the video if you enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys in the next one.